Welcome to this exciting tribute that will take us on a journey through the life and career of the incredible singer Kim Carnes. Get ready to discover the story of passion, talent, and musical success of one of the most talented artists of all time. Her unique voice didn't prevent her from achieving worldwide fame. Also, find out who was seen as unfriendly and mean by some people. That's how a mega hit was born in 1974. Kim Carnes was born on July 20, 1945, in Los Angeles. Her father was a lawyer, and her mother worked as a hospital administrator. Kim knew she would be a singer and songwriter since she was 3 years old, even though she didn't come from a musical family. Her parents, having stable careers, didn't think that singing and writing songs could be a job that would pay the bills or make her successful in life. After much insistence from their daughter and, of course, to prevent her from feeling sad, her parents took her to a party at the producer's house of a show she always watched, just to make her feel more at ease. It wasn't anything special, as the intention was merely to indulge Kim's desires. When they returned home, the young blonde girl wanted to know if they had told the producer that she was interested in singing on his show. Upon receiving a negative response, young Kim began to insist that her parents call the producer and ask for an opportunity for her to sing on the program. And that's how she managed to have her first performance. Kim learned to play the piano and soon started composing her own songs when she was still a child. She always knew exactly what she wanted to be since childhood. Her destiny was set, and nothing could take away her dreams and convictions. At the age of 14, she formed her first duo with her friend Jane, hence the name of the duo Kim and Jane. They sang at school parties, in front of record stores, and in parks. With each performance, they gained more confidence until they decided to record their first album. Finally, they found a producer who agreed to record a demo tape for $200. They borrowed money from their relatives, promising to return it as soon as possible, even if they had to wash cars, sell newspapers, or even take care of children to repay the borrowed money. The record producer told them that he would be going to Australia and they would finish the album when he returned. After a few weeks, Kim and Jane became suspicious and sent a mutual friend to check the studio and find out what was going on. They discovered that the studio had turned into a travel agency and the fake producer had disappeared, with no news about him. Their demo tapes also vanished, along with the $200. After this sad episode in their lives, Kim started to think twice before trusting someone again. At the age of 18, Kim started working day and night. During the day, she worked at an advertising agency where she recorded jingles for commercials, and at night, she performed in clubs that provided her with her first audience. It was tough, but I knew it would be the solution because I met authors, producers, and songwriters. That's when I could truly sing, she said. Kim made her acting debut on TV, appearing in the episode Perry Meets the Great Outdoors in 1965, of the TV series The Patty Duke Show, playing the character Joan. In 1966, Carnes joined the New Christy Minstrels, even though she wasn't a fan of the folk style. However, the exhausting travels made her return home. During this period, she became friends with Kenny Rogers, who was one of the vocalists in the group at the time, and Dave Ellingson, whom she would later marry. In the movie Come On, Let's Leave Little in 1967, Kim acted as Melinda. Kim and Dave left the New Christy Minstrels and went on to sing at the Santa Ynez Inn in Pacific Palisades for 2 years. It was during this time that the couple met producers like Jimmy Bowen and songwriters like Glenn Frey, Don Henley, and John David Souther. It was there that they signed a contract with producer and publisher Bowen for $125 a week in 1971. During this period, They recorded demo tapes for other songwriters while collaborating on songwriting together. In 1971, the duo had their first official recording, Nobody Knows, the theme song for the movie Vanishing Point, and Sing Out for Jesus, performed by Big Mama Thornton, also featured in the same film, and written by Kim. Their 1971 album Presenting the Sugar Bears was part of a promotional campaign by General Foods for food products aimed at children. Carnes lent her voice to the album, bringing a teddy bear character to life. The group managed to reach number 51 on the Billboard charts in 1972 with the song You Are the One. You brighten up the world with everything you do. You are the one. After signing with Amos Records, Kim released her first solo album, Rest on Me, in 1971, produced by Jimmy Bowen. The album, which consisted of 11 tracks, featured only 2 compositions by Kim Carnes, which were Fell in Love with a Poet and I Won't Call You Back. And he was gone, but the songs, but I won't call you back, baby. In this album, Kim Carnes' voice hadn't yet developed its characteristic deep tone or huskiness. The strong, resonant timbre that made her famous is the result of performing in smoke-filled clubs, late-night shows, and drinking a lot of wine, which is her favorite drink. That's why she acquired that famous huskiness in her voice. Carnes was hired by her friend Kenny Rogers to co-write songs for his conceptual album Gideon and their duet Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer, which reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned the duo a Grammy nomination. Don't fall in love with a dreamer. The breakthrough came with the release of the 6th studio album by American singer Kim Carnes, titled Mistaken Identity. The album's first single, Bette Davis Eyes, reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 consecutive weeks and topped the year-end chart for 1981. She got Bette Davis eyes, and she'll tease you, she'll unease you. The track received 2 Grammy Awards, one for Song of the Year and another for Record of the Year. Additionally, the song reached number 1 in 31 countries around the world, including Germany, Australia, Norway, Switzerland, Italy, Japan, and Brazil. For such a great song, a special music video was also produced, directed by Russell Mulcahy, a renowned Australian director known for his work on films like Highlander and for creating music videos for acclaimed artists like Elton John, Rolling Stones, and Bonnie Tyler, who also had her Total Eclipse of the Heart music video directed by him. Bonnie Tyler and Kim Carnes shared a unique vocal characteristic. Both had husky and rough voices, which gave their songs a special and unmistakable touch. The following singles, Draw of the Cards and Mistaken Identity, reached numbers 28 and 60 on the Billboard Hot 100, respectively. The hit song Bette Davis Eyes became Kim Carnes' biggest success, but interestingly, she was not the first person to perform it. The song is much older and was written in 1974 by Donna Weiss and Jackie DeShannon. The song was inspired by the figure of Bette Davis, one of the most famous American actresses in history, who appeared in over 100 films and received 11 Academy Award nominations, winning twice for the films Jezebel and Dangerous. An interesting fact is that out of those 11 nominations, 5 were consecutive, from 1938 to 1942, which was a significant milestone in her career. Bette Davis was known for her ability to portray unsympathetic characters that other actresses would reject. It was common for her to play roles of disturbed, unfaithful, wicked, capricious, and even prostitutes or murderers. That's why she gained a reputation for being unfriendly and mean because, at that time, many people couldn't separate the actress from the character she portrayed. Some people even subjected her to aggression on the streets, which was complicated, don't you think? But that's what happened. It's worth noting that she didn't solely play villainous characters, she also portrayed romantic roles throughout her career. After establishing herself as one of the top actresses in Hollywood during the 1940s, her films often emphasized close-ups, highlighting her beautiful and penetrating gaze. Bette Davis's eyes became very famous among fans of the silver screen. The song Bette Davis' Eyes was recorded in 1974 by Jackie DeShannon, who was one of the song's composers, and included it on her album. This was the first and original version of this famous song. The success of the original version was quite limited, and the song didn't gain worldwide recognition until Kim Carnes modernized and re-recorded it in 1981. After working on the original 1974 version, the keyboardist added the iconic synthesizer riff that would make the song famous. They reached out to Kim, who was excited about the riff. In the studio, there was a lot of talent involved in the final recording of the song, as they managed to capture it in a single take, highlighting the energy and professionalism of the entire team. Regarding this song, an interesting detail is that in 1981, when it became famous, actress Bette Davis was still alive. At the time, she was 73 years old and wrote letters to Kim Carnes thanking her for making her figure part of the modern times. Bette Davis mentioned that her grandson now admired her because of it. After winning 2 Grammy Awards, the actress sent roses to Kim Carnes as a congratulations. Carnes visited the veteran actress at her home during the American summer, and one thing that left a lasting impression on her and caught her attention was a pillow embroidered with the phrase "No victory without struggle." She found that message very powerful and shared the same sentiment. Carnes was invited by producer Phil Ramone to write and perform a ballad for the soundtrack of the film Flashdance. Carnes, along with Dwayne Hitchings and Craig Krampf, composed the song "I'll Be Here Where the Heart Is." This song earned Kim a Grammy the following year for Best Song Written specifically for a motion picture or television.
I'll be here where the heart is.
Rod Stewart decided to invite Kim Carnes to join him on stage at the Forum in Los Angeles. Due to the frequent comparisons made by the press, the show was broadcast to a large portion of American viewers through a complex network of TV and FM stations, reaching an estimated audience of nearly 40 million people. During the show, Rod performed a duet with Kim on Tonight's the Night, and later Tina Turner sang "Stay With Me," which was included on Rod Stewart's album Absolutely Live. Currently, Kim Carnes resides in Nashville, USA, with her husband Dave Ellingson. She has 2 children, Colin and Ree. Her son Ree, named after musician Ry Cooder, provided vocals on the song Rough Edges from her album Barking at Airplanes. And thus, we come to the end of this small and heartfelt tribute to the life and career of Kim Carnes. Her passion for music and her courage to follow her own path have turned her into a music legend. May her story inspire us to seek our authenticity and share our talents with the world. Until the next video.